All right, Wealth Pack, welcome today for another episode of Financially Freedom Knowledge that I'm going to give to you. So, today, what we're going to talk about is kind of goals and knowing your why. Why do you want to be financially free? Why do you want to, whatever goals you may have, why do you want to graduate? Why do you want that good job? Why do you want that car? Why do you want the family? Why do you want the house? Why do you want the boat? Whatever your why is that you're working towards, I'm trying to help you figure it out and get it through goal setting. The biggest thing for me that I've learned actually through my mother who taught me was goal setting, like write it down, look at it, visualize it. And there's a science, there's so much behind this and research. A lot of people are like, that's phony or that's crazy or I couldn't do that. That's odd, weird. But if you think about it, those are the people who get things done who are weird and odd. So the first thing you want to do is know your why. So know your why. What's gonna make you want that goal? Why do you want that goal? So for me, the longest time my goal is I wanted to buy a nice house. I wanted to buy a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 3 car garage for my family. I wanted a good backyard for the kids, a good neighborhood, just things like that. Anything that any normal parent would want. So then once I figured out my why, next was my goals to get there. So, you got to make sure that your goals are in line with your why. They got to be, you know, relevant to each other. So there's these things called SMART goals that not a lot of people know about, and it's more of not a SMART goals, but an analysis of goals to make sure that your goals are going to be on track, or you write down your goals in the right way for you to obtain them. So the reason why it's called SMART, they're acronyms. So S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for obtainable, R is for relevant, T is for time based. So you want to make sure that you're specific with your goals. For let's just say you want to get out of debt. Okay, so you're gonna come up with a specific plan. I want to be out of debt by in 2 years. Okay, so then now you got to break it down. So that gives you your measurable part, that gives you your time part. Now you need to be specific. Okay, I want my 2 cars paid off, or I want my 1 car paid off, I want all my credit cards paid off, and I only want left is my rents and my student loans. Or, one credit card left, and, make sure you're specific in that sense. If you say completely out of debt, then that means completely, like write everything down. It has to be obtainable. So you got to make sure that you're writing things that make sense. So you can't be like, okay, I'm $100,000 in debt. I make 40,000 a year. I want to be out of debt in 6 months. I'm sorry, unless you hit the lottery or you win big at the casino, that's not gonna happen. So it has to be obtainable. So now, if you were to use those same numbers, 100,000 in debt, you make 40,000 a year, and you want to do it in 2 years, 3 years, it's definitely obtainable. And we'll go over stuff like that, how to do that debt snowball stuff and make it realistic. But right now, I just want to talk to you about how to use these SMART goal analysis to come up with your why. Next is going to be relevant. Like, make sure that's relevant to you. You can't be like, okay, I want to pay off my debt, my mom's debt, my dad's debt, and set up tuition for my kids that aren't even born yet. I mean, those are all great and dandy, but I feel like there's certain steps that need to come into play before you do that. And make sure it's time based. That's the other thing. So that goes right along there with measurable, obtainable. Another thing about measurable is make sure that there's a way to track it. With measurable, you want to make sure. For one thing, one example might be if it is a debt snowball, you want to get out of debt, or you want to save enough money for a down payment. So you're gonna write down a goal, and then from the goal, you're gonna start at zero. The goal's up here, and you're gonna color that chart in as you go along. Keep coloring that in until you reach your goal. That's measurable. Like, you're gonna be able to look at it and see, that. And that's kind of an odd example, but it's something that works for people. A lot of people are visual. A lot of people get motivated by seeing charts like that. So the next thing is to write them down. Once you get all these things in your head, like, it's always good to write them down. Get them down on paper, get them down in a PDF or something. Get them in front of you. that you can physically touch. So I know for a lot of people, for myself, I used to, I need to get in the habit of doing it again. But keeping those goals with you written down in your wallet, and that way you can look at them. Let's just say you're on break, or you got to pull out your wallet or purse or whatever to pay for pretty much anything, right? Use your debit card, and then you pull it out. Oh, look, there's that note, so you can pull it up. Let's see. Oh, I got paper in front of me. I'm gonna use this one. Oh, that's better. Anyways, we'll come back to it. But you just open it up. Oh, you pull out a piece of paper, just read it one time really quick, or it will just stay top of mind because you already know what's on there. By the end of the day, a week later, you already know what's on there. So when you see it, it's already run through your head. Repetition. So so it stays top of mind. So then you'll see little things, and you'll notice yourself, you'll train your mind to start thinking of ways to obtain those goals, obtain those whys. Obtain the goals and satisfy the whys. And this goes along to saying, say it 5 to 10 times a day. Make sure you say it right the first thing in the morning and the last thing before you go to bed. Just say, I'm going to, and speak it into existence. Say, I'm going to obtain these goals. I'm thankful for, my car being paid off and having no car payment for a little bit. I'm thankful for saving money so I could take my kids to Disneyland. I'm thankful for, that's speaking into existence and knowing that that's going to happen. So let's just say, sorry, we're Disney people in this house. So let's just say you want to go to Disney World. Okay, I want to save money. I want to save $3,000 to go to Disney World, $5,000, whatever. And you're gonna look for little ways. So when you pull out, you're at eating Jimmy John's or somewhere, just somewhere fast food, and they ask you if you want to upgrade it. You pull out your wallet to pay, and you're like, you know what? Let me get the small, because that extra savings is gonna go towards Disney fund. So just little things like that, that you're normally not self conscious of, but eventually you're gonna get self conscious, and you're gonna find ways to nickel and dime things, and eventually those nickel and dimes will become your Disney World fund. Just different things like that, whatever it may be, whatever your why is. And then the next thing is to come back to them annually, or even after you reach them. Definitely come back to them and say, okay, I achieved these ones. What are my new ones? Or I haven't achieved these ones. Why didn't I? Let's adjust, let's tweak, let's see what I need to do to make it, maybe it wasn't specific enough, or maybe it wasn't realistically obtainable. Let's go ahead and we'll tweak it. We've been working on it so long, a year, 6 months, whatever it may be. I wouldn't go any less than that because that doesn't give you enough time. I'd go 6 to 12 months to revamp your goals, your SMART goals, and reanalyze them. So that's just different things, different tactics to know your why. For me, my why right now is getting out of debt. I know I keep pounding it into you guys because I want you guys to be on the same boat. That's the whole point of Wealth Pack. We all want to be financially free, but a lot of people don't know how to get there. And so that's why I'm trying to help you guys, So we're going to get there. Baby steps, Dave Ramsey, baby steps. Got my new Lopes gear on. Give big shout outs to GCU. I'm not paid by them, but I go there. So I'll be obtaining my bachelor's here soon. So that's about it. I'm wrapping up for the day. Just want to give you guys some new content, some more knowledge for the brain to think about. Definitely like, subscribe, share, smash that like button, especially. It helps with the analytics or whatnot, so more people see stuff like this. Because with a country in the United States, or actually a worldwide problem of everybody being in debt, we are trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves. So the Bible says you are a slave to the debtor. Or how's it go? We are the borrower is slave to the debtor. So that means if you owe somebody money, you're a slave to them. So the best thing to do is just try to get out of debt. Point blank. If we're this much in debt, somebody controls us, somebody owns us, and we don't have our own time value. So check out my own time value video, a post ago or something like that. You guys have a good day. Wealth Pack. Ow!